Hey guys, I want to go over the three biggest hurdling mistakes that I see with my athletes. So for those that don't know me, my name is Fallon Headings. I'm a physical therapist and a track and field coach. Let's get started. So biggest hurdling mistake, number one I see is so much rotation with your upper body or your upper trunk. So pretty much when you're running any race, hurdling, sprinting, even going down the runway, you're going in a straight line. So you want all your force and all your energy going in that straight line. So anytime you have energy leaking out to the side during your race, you're losing speed and you're losing power and you're wasting energy. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see in hurdlers is bringing this arm across. Now, if you bring your arm up like this is fine. My trunk didn't move positions. But if you bring it across like this, now you see that my energy is actually going this way, whereas the finish line is in front of me. So I'm letting energy go out to the side where I shouldn't. So that's crucial when you're doing hurdling form. And I think that is huge with young female athletes, female hurdlers in high school as well, because so many of them have the speed actually to be a 3-step hurdler, but they can't because they're losing energy and they're losing speed. It's not that they need to get faster, it's actually that they need to fix the upper trunk rotation so they can keep the speed that they got. And then coming off the hurdle a lot of times, which actually kind of goes into my second one as well, is you'll get a lot of trunk rotation there too. And then again, you're rotating this way, my energy is going that way, but the finish line is this way. I'm losing energy, losing speed because it's going the wrong direction. So that's one of the biggest things that I look at when I do technique analysis is looking at their upper trunk and which way it's going. The next one is floating over the hurdle. So a lot of athletes think the only goal in the hurdle race is to get over the hurdle, but you need to be over the hurdle and get down as quickly as possible on the other side because you're a lot faster when you're sprinting and not floating in the air. So how do I say this? When you go over the hurdle, your goal doesn't stop there. Your goal isn't to just, okay, I'm over the hurdle now I can come down on the other side. No. And that's where this mistake comes in a lot, is once you get to the hurdle and jump over it, a lot of the athletes will freeze and they won't do anything, and then they let gravity bring you down. Yes, gravity is going to bring you down on the other side and you're going to get over the hurdle, but it's not as quickly as you possibly could. So watch your form over the hurdle and make sure that you're using your arms to come down over the other side of the hurdle. A lot of times I'm seeing my athletes, they drive up over the hurdle really well, but then they freeze there and then they try and come down over the hurdle. But really, you need to get up over the hurdle. Once you know you have that height, you're driving this arm forward as quickly as you can because that's going to snap your lead leg down on the other side. So that's crucial. And that's where a lot of times they're like, Coach, I'm the first one out of the blocks. Why aren't I winning this race? And I'm like, well, you're the first one out of the blocks. You're the first one over the first 3 hurdles. But the more and more that you go over the hurdles, you lose your speed over the hurdles, and then you try and catch up to them in your 3 steps between the hurdles, but you never get there. So that's, if you see yourself during your race slowing down because of going over the hurdles, that means you're floating over the hurdles too much and you need to stop pausing, really use those arms to come down over that hurdle and snap that lead leg down. And then the last mistake a lot of times that I see is a flat trail leg and not bringing the trail leg. I always say bring the knee up into your armpit. So when you are bringing that knee up into the armpit, you're giving yourself less likelihood of a chance to let your trail leg hit the hurdle. The flatter your trail leg is, the more chance you are to hit the hurdle. And then obviously hitting the hurdle is going to slow down your time, or some cases make you fall. So that's the third thing that I see, is you always want to make sure that you're bringing your trail leg knee up into your armpit. And then that lead leg snapping down and you're into your next hurdle. Because if you bring your trail leg flat, it's actually really hard to put the trail leg down and get enough power to 3-step to the next hurdle. But if you bring your hurdle leg knee through your armpit, then you have so much more power to come down to the ground and push off into your next step. Whereas if it's flat, you're not getting as much power into the ground because you don't have the same knee drive. So those are my 3 big hurdling mistakes that I always feel like I'm harping on at practice. If you have any more questions or concerns, put it in the comment section, and I'd love to help everyone out. So subscribe to my videos and share with other hurdlers. Thanks.